Hello and welcome back to Hit or Shit, the series in which I'm testing very affordable lenses and tell you if they are hit or shit. In episode 6 I have another very small Chinese lens, a 35mm from TTArtisan, which is also very fast with f1.4. And it is also very affordable. This little lens only costs 90 euros. In good old hit or shit tradition, first let's look what's in this small box, which by the way has a very nice design. I wish all lens boxes had a nice design like that. So let's open this and have a look what we got here. A small manual which is written in Chinese language, of course, and some English translation too. And hey, this time the translation is actually pretty good, so you can also read how to mount the lens on your camera. But wait, what's that? The Fuji menu in Chinese language only? Good for you if you can read the Chinese language. Okay, what else? A MTF chart. For most people this is probably also like reading Chinese language, but hey, there is also a nice picture of a Fuji camera. And last but not least, something useful again, the warranty card. TTArtisan gives you 2 years of warranty for this lens. That's definitely nice to have. Usually you don't get this for cheap Chinese lenses. That's all? Well, yes. What else do you need? Wait, where is the lens hood? Nope, you don't get a lens hood for this lens. So I bought this metal lens hood from Photodiox for only 10 euros. Which fits this lens very well, and it is better than having no lens hood. Okay, so no lens hood included, but what about the lens cap? Don't worry, the lens cap is included and it is also made out of metal, which is kind of nice. If you would not have to screw it on the lens and if you would not drop it all the time, and of course you will definitely lose this little lens cap somewhere. That's just the way it is. But what about the build quality? This 35mm lens is built like a small tank, but at the same time it is also very lightweight with only 180 grams. The aperture ring has a very satisfying sound, like a vintage watch when you turn the ring. On the lens you also get a very nice detail, the aperture diaphragm, so you will never forget that this lens has 10 blades. Personally, I really like the design. I just wish that the part where the diaphragm is printed on would be more grippy, because this is your focus ring. Both rings are very smooth to turn and nothing to complain about the build quality. This lens does extend a little when you focus, but it's really not a lot. Like you can see, the lens is really small and fits my Fuji X-T2 just perfectly fine. And speaking of Fuji, if you buy this for your Fuji camera, I can definitely recommend that you set your shutter to mechanic and electronic shutter. This will give you even faster shutter speeds. which you will need in daylight shooting at f1.4. The focus peaking also works perfectly fine with this lens on the Fuji. The image quality of this very small lens really surprised me. It is really useful, sharp, wide open at f1.4, and it is not prone to fringing like most cheap Chinese lenses. There is some purple and green fringing in high contrast scenarios, but you really have to look for it. If you use a lens hood, the flaring is also pretty well controlled. What about the bokeh? Most of the time the bokeh looks very nice and creamy, but it can also look a bit busy in some cases. The bokeh balls are pretty round in the center and they get lemon shaped in the corners, but all in all I like the bokeh. What about the look? The image look this lens produces is a very nice modern vintage style mixture, which makes it very easy to get great looks. hit or shit? This little Chinese TTArtisan lens is definitely a hit. The sharpness combined with the modern vintage style look you get for only 90 euro is just great. I will definitely keep this little gem. If you like manual focus lenses, I highly recommend this very affordable lens for your Fuji camera. Want more hit or shit? Make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel.
Previously on Hit or Shit.
I am the voice of Night Industry 2000's microprocessor.